Hello, my name is Ignacio, and I'm here today to show you EduCanon, a quick way of creating interactive quizzes using any video you can find using YouTube or any of those other video sharing websites. So let's get started. Here's the design section of EduCanon. The first thing you must do is enter a title. I'm going to use stages of development and the learning objection. I guess in this place I'm going to put development. And here you have three sections you must fill out before you can move on. I'm not doing this for third graders, fourth graders. I'm actually doing this for college students, so I'm going to go ahead and select others. The subject I'm using is psychology, and since it's not in here, I'm going to go ahead and select others. My subtopic, of course, I'm going to go ahead and select others, and then I'm going to go ahead and start using my video. So as you can see here, I already selected my video that I'm going to use, and in this case it's Piaget's stages of development. I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL, go back to EduCanon and paste the URL in this box here. We'll go ahead and hit this green button, play. As you can see, the video starts playing over here. I actually have the audio muted because it's a little loud. So go ahead and mute it. And you can see the videos playing along. At this time, if you get familiar with the videos you're going to use. So in this case, of course, I'm familiar with my video, and I went ahead and used one of the test banks that I have. And in this case, I believe it's chapter 9. And I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, I made notes in my test bank. At the 52 seconds, I want to go ahead and use this question here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy my question. Go back to EduCanon and let it play forward. You can go ahead and use this little slider to advance to where you want it. In this case, I'm looking for 51. And I'm going to go ahead and pause it at 51. And I'm going to select this add question. It brings up this box on the left and shows you the different kinds of questions you can ask and the different type of things you can add at this point. In this case, I'm going to use multiple choice. I'm going to go ahead and paste my question. Here. As you can see here, you can randomize the answer. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's asking me to add the answers here. So I'm going to go back to my Word document. I'm going to select my choices in this case. I'm not going to grab the A because it creates its own on EduCanon. So I'm going to copy these. I'm going to go ahead and paste it. Go back and copy the next one. And if you need more, you just simply add this add answers. I'm going to need 4 of them, so I go ahead and select it twice. Copy my next choice. And get my last one. In this case, the correct answer is Renee, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that one's selected. And I'm going to go ahead and say save. So now you can see EduCanon adds this little line here showing you that this is where your question is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and continue and add the next question. I'm going to let my video, I'm going to go quickly check where I want. At 1 minute and 27 seconds, I want to add this question. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it now. And wait for it to get there. And 27 seconds. There it is. Add question. It's going to be a multiple choice. I'm going to go ahead and paste that question. Go back and select my answers. this case, the correct answer is C. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that's selected, and I'm going to hit save. So now you can see it added another line in that section. I'm going to go back and check where my next question is going to be, and I believe I want it at 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the next question. I'm going to go ahead and advance this on my own here. So I have to sit here and wait. It's 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Four minutes, 12 seconds. So there ahead, I'm going to go ahead and select that, multiple choice, and add my next question. In this case, the correct answer is C, so I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to go ahead and save that one here. You see, in this case, I initially said I wanted to use it at 4 minutes and 12 seconds, and I went and I did it at 4:13. That's not an issue. You can simply just select it here again and add and update it. So you see this here, you select that section and let it go back and add your marker where you want it, 421, and just update that. And once you select that update, it automatically updates where I wanted that question, and you just hit save, and it puts the question right where I needed it. Okay, I'm gonna go see my next question. I want it at 5 minutes and 49 seconds, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab the question again. Wait to get to the 5 minutes and 49 section. Of course, I'm going to advance 5 minutes and 49. I'm going to add the question there. Let's do it again. 549 to where I want it. And it's currently showing it at 559, at 550. That's not a problem. I just simply go back to where I want it to go, and I hit update. Multiple choice. Paste my next question. Get the answers. So copy and paste. Make sure it's randomized. Let's just the correct answer is B. Select that, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this is out. $5.49 where I wanted it. Go ahead and pause it. update it there. And save it at 549. As you can see, I have 4 questions here. There's 4 different lines. As I go over the lines, the boxes gets highlighted for the questions. That way, if I need to go in there and make any edits, I simply click this little blue box here, and I could go ahead and edit. In this case, I forgot to randomize this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and select that, and I'm gonna hit save. Let's make sure that I did it on all of them. Save, randomize, save. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the last question, which I believe is at, oh, look at that, at 511. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this question here, go back to 511. The clock is over here. I know there's another clock here, but this one's the one that tells you the current time you're on. So I'm gonna go to 511, let it play to 511, positive 511, and I'm gonna go ahead and add question. Final multiple choice. Make sure that I got the correct one. I'm gonna copy it, paste it, and go grab my answers. Correct answer is B. Select that. I'm going to randomize it. As you can see where I have the answer selected, there's a little enter explanation of answers here. You don't have to use that. In this case, I'm not going to, but you could go ahead and add an explanation as the answer. Like, in this case, recognize that 2 quantities remain the same. You can add explanation, go to chapter 12 and read explanation here, or you could go ahead and explain to the student why this is the correct answer, or you can go ahead and explain why these are the wrong answers. In this case, I'm going to leave those blank. I'm going to save the last question. And you can see I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. So once I'm finished answering my questions and adding all the questions that I wanted, I go ahead and I hit finish build. And you go back to lessons. So if you want to review the lesson, you just simply hit this preview lesson here, and we can go ahead and watch. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next question. And you can see here's my question that pops up at that section. In this case, I know the answer. I'm going to go ahead and hit Renee, hit yes, and hit play. It shows me that I got the answer correct. Let's advance to the next question. So here's my next question. I'm going to go ahead and select the answer. And you can see when you select the correct answer, it shows it in green and it shows this arrow. I'm going to go ahead and advance to the next question. There's a question again. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and select the question and see if I got it correct. See, if you get it wrong, it shows you, red, and it go ahead and asks you and tells you the correct answer here. I'm going to go ahead and see the last question. Go ahead and just select it. And there it is. So there's my questions. I went ahead and included the video so that you can watch it all in its full length. In this case, I just wanted to advance to see my questions. And once I'm done, the other good thing is once you have created your quizzes, you go ahead and go back to my bulbs. If you want to use it in your etudes, you go ahead and use this share and embed button here, and it gives you different choices on how to use it. You want to share with your colleagues, you want to monitor unregistered students, monitor registered students. In this case, I would go ahead and use unregistered students because it asks them to use their email address, and that way you can kind of keep track of who's doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and select that one, and it gives you two choices here. It gives you the link, and it gives you the embed code. So in the case of EduCanon, if you want to use it in your home page, you can go ahead and select the link. But if you want to use it in your announcement section, you will go ahead and use the embed code, and I'll show you why. In this case, I'm going to copy the embed code. I'm going to go to my etudes, and I want to put the question in my announcement section. I'm going to leave my home page alone. So I'm going to go to my announcement. I'm going to select add announcement. I'm going to call it take a quiz. And if you see here, there's an embedded code section here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to click and paste my embedded code. And I'm going to go ahead and say okay. You can see it showed me this iframe box. It might be a little big here. And I'm going to go ahead and add my release date. I'm going to add that for today, and I'm going to go ahead and say done. Go back to my home page, and if you can see, my quiz shows up on my announcement section. Now, if I want to make it a little smaller, I'm going to go back and fix that because it looks a little too big there. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I'm going to embed it again. Use the same paste, the same copied code that I use in this case. So I'm going to make it smaller though. I'm going to go ahead and make this 568 by 397. I want it to show up a little smaller. In this case, you saw my iframe box there. Done. Go back to my home page, and you can see there's my interactive quiz. And it asks the students to enter their first name, their last name, and their email address, and then it lets them go to the lesson. When they finally do the lessons and go through the lessons and get all the answers there, I'll show you how to monitor your students. So you go to this EduCanon, it has this design, assign bulbs, and monitor section up here. You simply click monitor, and it takes you here, and then go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and use intro psychology in this case because I've used it for one of my professors, and it shows how many students have taken it, who gets what answers where, and it gives you this whole section that you can then use to give extra credit to your students, or if you're going to use it as a quiz, then you can use this to give them their grade. So that's it for EduCanon. I hope you guys enjoyed my my lesson, my tutorial here. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me or email me at mongi@lamission.edu. And I'm in the ITV department. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my video.